Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
Y'all already know what it is, man. Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. You already know what it is, man. It's your host with the most, Quest, alongside my co-host, my man, my mellow, my mellow, my man, my man, my mellow, my mellow, my man, my man, my mellow, my mellow, my man, my man, my man. Yeah, y'all already know what it is. LD, the Anomaly Harris, get up.
Yep, it is. It is I. It is not. It is I. Be not afraid. It is I. Be not afraid. We up in her. We up in here, man.
We up in her.
Yeah.
In her.
Yo, why you both say so?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Ball off tracks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, we keep them on deck, man. Yo, I learned this boastiness stuff on this stuff from you, you know.
Who's
Yo,
you?
y'all, let me tell y'all something. If y'all ever watch any of LD's programs, whether it be your daily portion or some of y'all don't have the luxury of being a part of the UOU mastermind. If you see David come in the room, it's pomp and circumstance, you know. It's introductions, it's drops, it's lower thirds, it's the sound effects. Yeah, yo, you see him? You see him? Yo, my man is bossy with it, you know. So I learned how to do all of this from this guy over here.
I feel like we're stretching the truth just a little bit.
Hold on a second. Look,
Yes, sir.
look at the room that we're in. Can you see all of this right here? Look, my hand can't even go all the way over onto David's side. Look, all of that right there. You see the thumbnail. You see how it fades into the red lower third. Phenomenal marriage is a core value. You see the little thing right here. That's all David, you know. You see how the texture, that's the word David used.
Texture.
That's the, you see?
Texture.
Bossy, son. You see
Wow.
the texture? Yeah. Texture. David is bossy, man. Stop. I don't care what nobody say. That's my dude. I love him. And when he do his do, I get to look nice.
Yo, we need a song. We need a Marriage Ain't for Suckers song.
We do?
Yeah, like a rap joint.
A rap joint? Matter of fact, David.
Yes.
Since we are married,
I'm so glad you're about to tell the truth. This is good. Show us the truth. Where you going? You went under the table.
I'm not showing you no truth.
Of course you're showing the truth. Me not have one of them.
You do. It's white. And let me tell you something. It's so bossy that it's not even a regular cap. It's a golf cap.
Lids. Watch out.
Bossy.
Look at you. Lids. Go on. Correct me now. And tell me is what that?
This is
It's a 40s.
It's Printful.
Oh, that's so nice.
Printful.
Boy.
Printful
All right.
does this.
Now that we've gotten all of that sorted out.
Let him show you his to be joint, though. To be is the answer. That got the embroidered, monogrammed. Look, he won't turn it around.
I have my forehead. My forehead.
Says L to the D to the H. Dope monogramming. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the monogrammers.
Shout to the monogrammers. Hey,
you know what I said? Huh?
Class is in session.
Yeah, no doubt it is. No doubt it is. I'm glad today is Thursday. I'm looking forward to the Sabbath. Um, and today, I'm not as energized as I normally would be. I feel a little beat up because I stayed up a little bit too late last night. But when I learned my lesson.
Brother, I was up all night
Yeah,
because
bro.
poor Simone's allergies are kicked up. She's coughing
Man,
her head off, bro, the whole night.
man, I hate that. I hate
Yeah.
it for her, man. I hate
Yeah,
it
so
for her.
I bumped into somebody today with my vehicle. I haven't run into nobody vehicle in 30 years, bro.
How
If
do
that, because
all jokes aside,
it,
how you feel as you know what I'm saying? When I say feel, like your energy towards it.
nah, I'm on the stuff like where these days I have so many things going weird that I immediately just give it to God. I don't even play around with it, man. I just literally don't play around with it. I don't know if that's what God is doing for me, with
Mhm.
me. Like, I just turn it over to Jesus. Like, I'm just like, oh, there it
You
go.
you know why?
Because normally I would get kind of off. I'd be off over it,
Ah, that's
something
the
like
part.
that.
That's the
Like,
part.
but I'm just like, right now, what you're seeing is that I'm sleepy, bro. I want to go to bed. I want to go to
But
bed,
but
bro.
you know why I asked David? Because I remember a couple years back, I got into an accident in the city. Um, and when I say the city, I ain't talking about downtown Charlotte. We were visiting. We there's two trips that we take every year. One to my mother's place and one to Faith's mother's place, just to spend time with them, the kids, see them. Da 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 da. I decided that I'm right over the bridge, so let me go into the city to go see the homies. And while I'm Manhattan, just you know what I'm saying, feeling the feelings of nostalgia, I bump into the back of a Jeep and got into a little fender bender. And for 2 3 days, I mean, I got some revelation came out of it for me in faith, but for 2 3 days, bro, it just I'm like, yo, how you 40 something years old and you still getting into fender benders? Like, you know how many years it been since you've been in an accident? And this is what you doing? Like, for real, it low key rolled me out like that. Just the mindset of that. That's why I was asking you, what's your energy like towards it? And I'm glad that you said what you said. I just give it over to God. That's His
Yeah,
business.
I was just like, bro, and yeah, things can get real weird fast in
Oh,
Jamaica
it gets
over stuff like that. But
yeah,
I was going less than 2 miles an hour, but I
yeah.
do drive an SUV with a big steel bull bar in the front. So when I licked them, that 5 mile an hour bumper thing only works when it's bumper to bumper. It don't
Yeah,
work when it's steel
still
to
too.
bumper. So I cracked up his thing a little bit. But it's his thing. So I got out the vehicle real humble with it and apologized.
Praise
See,
God.
I don't know how y'all do up there, but here, you don't lick nobody, bro. These dudes jump out, and I was in Spanish Town too, son. These dudes jump out the car and start acting a fool, bro, normally. But the brother came out calm, so I was able to keep my humble,
Mm-hmm,
sort of apologetic,
mm-hmm,
you know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't have to turn into nothing unnecessary because you already know how I am.
Yeah.
I don't want no smoke, but if there's smoke, then there's a fire, and if there's fire, I have kerosene oil, and I
Mm-hmm,
don't want that because I'm wrong. I'll take that I'm wrong, but I
mm-hmm,
don't. But I don't take violence.
mm-hmm.
I don't talk. I don't take nobody acting the fool. So,
Yep.
fortunately, he's a reasonable youth,
Yep.
and we're gonna sort him out, and we move on, man. We press.
We
We
press.
press. It's a different planet over here, y'all. Y'all
Yeah.
better ask. It's a different planet.
No, it is. Yeah, of course, I used to spend a lot of time there, so I already know. Um, but I'm glad more so than dealing with him first, because that's external stuff. I'm glad that the internal stuff is good.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
got so
saying?
many little weird things going on right this second. I'm just like, Lord, I'm at your mercy. Let's go.
Let's go.
Simple.
Let's
That's where I
go.
put it. I just put it in the Lord's mercy drawer.
Yeah. Like and it's funny because for me, right, and I'm not telling you that that's not what I do now, but back then I probably had some stuff going on, and that was the thing that just pushed me over the edge. And I'm just like, now the following day, it's funny. We are at Sesame Place. I remember like it was yesterday. It's funny how these things burn an impression on your brain. You know what I'm saying? Like we're at, and I'm not myself. You know me, D. Like when I go to a place that's fun, we going to have fun
All the
every
way.
bit of the experience would be fun. And I was somber as all get out in a
Yeah.
place of fun. And so
Yeah.
with that being said,
That's that Carmen.
yeah, that's, you already know. Yeah,
Tell her we're kind of on the air right now.
yeah.
We're kind of on the air. Bring her on the air, bro. Like we're on the air right this
Yeah,
second.
let me get this. I should send her the link.
Yeah, but nah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I was somber as all get out. I wasn't feeling my best. And yeah, like like I said, there's some revelation that came from me in faith, and that was the perfect opportunity for it to happen. But I'm just like, man, God, couldn't you choose something else to happen? And but you know, his ways is his ways, and his thoughts is his thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm totally over all of that
Yeah.
part right there
Yeah.
these days, brother.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
what it is, brother. It's life. Like we say, life is life, and
Yes.
it is. And I promise you, I got weirder things happening than me being half asleep and having this little challenge. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes. Yes.
yeah, life is life, man. And it's not my life. That's the problem right there. Not the problem. That's the reality. It's not my life. I'm borrowing this life. So
Yep.
that's what it is, man. But yeah, if I had more energy, y'all would probably believe it more, but I'm just sleepy. Straight.
For real.
That's all it is. I'm
For real.
sleepy.
Yeah.
So
what we jumping into first, how dare I? How dare I? Yeah, charge it to the sleep. Or the lack thereof.
yes, let's do that.
What's going on popping on the island though?
There's a whole lot of sunshine.
Man, I'm thankful because we're getting the same thing now. You know what the high is today?
What?
80 degrees.
I wish I could be a high at 80. We're turning into the bare beast. With the weather's changing. I don't really like it when the weather changes too much.
When the winter weather changes where?
Well, I didn't say winter, but you can call it that because I guess you could apply that.
You said when the weather changes?
When the weather changes. But yeah,
Oh,
let's call
okay.
it. But no, we could say winter. We could say winter.
Say winter for where?
Women day.
David, see, this is the kind of stuff right here that just, David, y'all don't have winter.
Of course we have winter. Brother, it was in your way of saying it was. Well, let me just say it was 17 degrees the other day, and in your way of saying it, it was in the high 60s Fahrenheit. So it was 17 degrees Celsius. It was 60 some degrees in the night. So is that what happens when people don't want to have an open and honest conversation? They just ghost you. Is that what it is? They just ghost you when we can't have an open and honest conversation.
I'm low
What
key.
happened? What happened to my truth? Like, what happened to your truth? Like, what happened to that? Like, that's not.
I don't know. I don't know about my truth or your truth. I know about the truth, and the truth is the weather don't drop below 70 something in Jamaica. Maybe way up in the hills somewhere, but that's because of altitude. But throughout the whole island.
Brother, did I just not say to you it was high 60s here in the night?
In the night, I can go get a blanket and sleep good.
Perspective, brother. Perspective.
Your perspective of winter is totally different from our perspective of winter.
Well, you already know I've been battle tested.
I would be so grateful.
Yes.
I would be ecstatic.
Okay.
I would be beside myself. I would be overjoyed.
If what?
If I had your winter.
Okay. Listen, fair. But again, all things relative. I like what I was trying to say before you so rudely ghosted me was that I love the winter here too.
Did I rudely go? Yo, here's what's so funny too. When you ghost me, I get the bossy with the
It's not my fault. Your ghost is whack.
Yo, my ghost. Look at my ghost. Let me show you my ghost. Can I just show everybody
Yes,
my
please.
ghost, David?
Yes,
This
please.
is my ghost. right
Oh,
here.
that's so cute right there. What is
Oh, that's
that?
so
What
nice.
did
With the
you
little, with the little
what did you even
vibrating
do? How
cue.
did you do that? How did you
Oh,
do
how did I
that?
do? Let me see your ghost now. Let me see your
No,
ghost
but how did you do it?
now.
How did you put that pulsating cue on the
Yeah,
screen?
pulsating cue. That's default. Look,
Oh, it's default.
look. That
I
that
think.
is the. You see that right there?
Oh, what'd
As
you
if
do? What'd you do?
as
You
if
hit the stop video. See, mine don't even have nothing. It got some. What is the? How'd you get a cue on yours?
listen.
Huh?
The fact that you have that there don't even matter because you
Hmm.
can do that. Look at that, and he points to the Harris too. Look at that, the
Of
Harris,
course he does.
and then the little blue smoke comes through.
Oh, you better ask. Yeah. Now that we have wasted your time, ladies
Of
and
course we
gentlemen.
did it. We've wasted your time. Wasted your time. Let's get down to it, man. D, what we getting into today, bro?
Yeah, for worse or better.
For worse or better?
Yeah, we did for better
I
or worse last week.
I thought it was always for better or for worse.
It's a perspective, brother. Just like what we were talking about a moment ago. It's all
I
about
love it.
perspective.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where we going with this one?
Yeah. So last week we did what you expect, right? For better or
Right.
for worse.
Right.
And we sat down on the worst. Like what
Right.
happens if fill in the blank,
Yep.
it's worse, right?
Yep. Yep.
But like what if it's better? Like what if your perspective changes and it's better? Like what if you have the blissful marriage that you've been hoping for?
Yeah.
Like what if you have the phenomenal relationship if it's not a marriage but you're preparing for marriage, or if not yet preparing, you're in a serious relationship.
Mhm.
What if it's for better, right? Sometimes people are not prepared for better, brother. And the reason why I want to say that, Quas,
Mhm.
is because some people nuke their relationships because it's
I was
fill in the blank. Is it too good? Is it that it's unbelievable? There must be something wrong. Like you sniffing her armpits to see if she had her arm around a dude because maybe it couldn't be this good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people get crazy when things are good sometimes.
and I know it seems like it's separate, but it really isn't. You're not properly developed for that individual. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
there are transitions in terms of growth that you got to go to in order to make a dope decision on a mate, because this really is the most important decision that you'll ever make in your life, who you do life with, right? Now some people accidentally or just by chance stumble upon, let's just say relationship development is a scale of 1 to 5, right? And some people matriculate through the whole thing and they get to level 5. However, there's some anomalies, or there are some
I heard that. I heard what you said.
there are some exceptions to the whole hookup, where if you're at a level 2 or 3, you stumble on somebody who's a level 5, but you can't maintain it because you have not developed enough to that level to maintain that kind of love. That kind sometimes, and so you do what you just said a while ago. This is too good to be true, and you almost self-sabotage the relationship because your mindset is, well, let me get them before I get got.
Wow. Or I saw somebody, not me. I'm not saying me. I'm speaking in the voice
Yes.
of the person.
Yes.
But I've seen, I don't know. I've seen some of these relationships that look good like this before, and it really wasn't what it looked like. So, and now it's like, so wait a minute. So are you saying that you didn't actually want a great relationship?
I love it, David. I'm going to give us an example. Keep talking. Keep
Yeah.
talking.
No, but that's the challenge. Like for some people who are not prepared for better. Now, we're not going to sit just on the underdeveloped or undeveloped person's mindset, but that's where I am right now. Like people, for instance, I remember we used to be members of a congregation in Bob Marley's Trenchtown. I call it Bob Marley's Trenchtown because y'all got that movie out there right now, right?
Yes. Yes. It was good too.
It's One Love, right? It's One Love.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, our church was is, well, the one we used to be at was I don't know, just like 4 from
Mhm.
Culture Yard, which is
Mhm.
where, where the most honor to Marley is, not the Marley Museum. I'm talking about in the hood where he grew up.
Mhm.
And somebody actually put the word out. They were like, yo, why Simone and David be fronting like their marriage is so dope?
Mm.
Like, what? And of course, it
Mm.
got back. I was just like, what you mean by, like, how could you possibly fix your face, fix your mouth and vocals to say, why do they act like their marriage is great? You think I have time to be performing for you, brother? Like,
Bro,
I got time for that?
bro,
And I'm not even thinking about you. Real talk. Like, we're just married, bro. I'm not thinking about what you think about me being married.
bro.
Weird. It's just weird.
Okay, so so look at this, right? Let me just play this for you.
Mm-hmm.
The thing said the voice note my husband sent me after a major fight. Listen.
Hey, baby cakes. I know you're not my biggest fan right now, but I want to take a moment to just let you know that I'm sorry, and I'm not Jeremy. I love you so much, more than you could even imagine. Z and I are gonna make you a nice little lunch, something extra special with a little dessert. Got you that cookies and cream and salted caramel combo that you like. I'm gonna write you a couple little notes today, to remind you that no matter what it is that you go through or we go through, we're strong and you are special. You are literally the most beautiful woman in the world.
So
Literally.
so due to knowledge, right? My man goes through this piece. He sends her a message. It's a couple. I love to watch them because they're so hilarious. She's from the Philippines and he's from Nigeria. So
Ooh.
they so you know what I'm saying? Beautiful couple. So he sends it. I just want to read some of the comments to you, right? After him apologizing, like he's like, I know you're not my biggest fan right now, but I want you to understand that you're the best thing that ever happened to me. And no matter what we go through, we're strong. And he says, I'm sorry. I never intended or never meant to do whatever it was that happened. So he says, in light of that, right, I've prepared your favorite dessert. I've got this ice cream with these caramel and all the things. He said, just the way that you like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he runs it all down. Here are the comments. He's literally from a book. You can't convince me otherwise.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yes.
But you hear stuff like, he is literally the Disney prince I was looking for as a little girl and didn't know existed as an adult until now. Hear the comments. I cried like it was for me. Ahem. Does he maybe have a brother? Seriously though, that's beautiful. There is seriousness in pun. I just want you to know. So you see, you see it. Then there's people like, I'm taking notes, but the way that they're responding is almost as if this is something that's not normal. This is something that it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But in essence, it is normal. It's not, and it should be normal. But because of how society works and what we see through social media and all of this stuff, and how marriage has been, torn down as a result of it, the abnormality has now become the normality, such that when you do that, it's not normal behavior. You're out of a storybook. You're a Disney character, and all of these other descriptions, right? And so, D, this is what I'm talking to, or what you were speaking to a while ago. And this is the reason why I always tell marriages, your marriage is not just about you. It really isn't. Because as you can see, there were 300. Let me see how many of the comments there were. There are 361 comments on this one voice message. It was shared 2,165 times.
Because somebody, and I'm not bringing him down, but because someone was apologetic, humble, complimentary, appreciative, just kind in general to his wife or significant other. I don't know if it's his wife.
Husbands, love your wives.
So how do we get, well, I don't want to see, I'm going the wrong way. But it
Mhm.
needs to be status quo for
That-
us to be what the brother was manifesting in his voice note. Should be status quo. Like, it's not supposed to be exceptional. It's not supposed to be. I used to say, people would say, and it's not related to relationship. They would say, I've never heard anything like that, meaning something I said before. And I would always apologize and say, I'm so sorry that was exceptional to you. That shouldn't have been exceptional.
David, so I'm looking. You know what? Let me just do it this way. I sent because I don't want people to think, David, that we just talking just to talk, right? I'm one of those dude, David, because you said it should be regular behavior, and I agree with you 100%, right? Can I just? I'm going to just show this to you real quick, right? This was when yesterday. Oh, I can do it. All right. This was yesterday, David. Right? This was yesterday. Where is my... Can I do it? Will it let me do it?
Quest screen share join. Is that what you're waiting for?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for because I knew you was
Okay.
going to do it. All right, David. Can you see this?
Not yet. You'll hear it in your ears. Okay, while we're waiting, because people who are listening don't know what in the world's going on here.
Yeah. Because
yeah.
I shared. Yeah,
No.
yeah. It should.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. It's not
Let me
coming.
do it. Let me do it again. I understand. There's a window that I want to share. This is the one. Can we do that? There we go. It should.
I don't hear it. I don't hear the creepy lady voice.
The creepy lady voice.
saying that your screen is wanting to.
Yeah. So let's do this then, David. Let's do this. Let's do and I'll bring this here because it looks like it's being temperamental as to what.
Oh, it doesn't like your alternate screen.
Yeah,
your secondary screen.
It doesn't like it. So let's see if it does that. Will it do that?
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear it. You only hear it.
Okay.
All right. So you can see it, right?
Yeah. So put it up. You want me to put it up?
Can put it up. Oh, no doubt you can.
Because I don't want no secrets popping up on this screen here.
I just want y'all to understand, like David and you hear us get on this.
Make it bigger now. Like scroll it, make it zoom in. Like, oh, you're not using a tablet, so you can't pinch it. Like whatever you have to do to.
So hold on a second here. Let's go here. This me and her sending back and stuff.
Let me hide that for a second while you scrolling, because I don't know what in the world could be over there.
No, it's nothing that you don't like. She was asking me to get batteries and stuff this week because we need to replace. So that's why you see the picture of the battery. But
I don't know. It's not my business.
Can you
I can
see
put it
now?
up. I can put it up now. You ready for me to put it up?
Yeah,
okay.
I can.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
you can. So I don't know if they can read that or not, right?
But go ahead and read it. We see it's a real thing, so read it for us.
I said, I love you not just today, but specifically today. You're a dope mother and even doper wife. I always pray that God would give me eyes only for you.
Wow.
And he continues to deliver in that respect. Have a wonderful day knowing and being entrenched in the fact that you are loved and cared for, not by me only, but specifically by me.
Wait a minute. No, that's the way it's supposed to be. I take back the applause.
You know what I'm saying?
I take it back.
But I'm just saying that to say, D, like
that's
sometimes
right,
and here's the thing about me, like I'm one of them dudes, like if I'm doing anything for faith, I want to do it big. And if I can't do it big, then
yes, sir.
More time we don't do it at all. And I'm like, why? Why should I wait until I can do something big in order to do something for her? Like sometimes it's the little things. She came home regardless of what her day was yesterday, because she's working through a project now. She's a project manager for a particular financial institution. So she came home yesterday and she was like on cloud nine. We were coaching. We had a premarital coaching session last night. And this is Shouts out to Daryl and Sierra. They came through for premarital coaching last night because they're in the process of moving towards. So we were in each other's space. And like for real, the joy of her even getting involved, because a lot of the time she'll just sit and she'll, because she's always processing as the conversation is going on. But to see her jump in and to see her in a place that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I don't see her all the time, but like for real, yesterday I gave her another opportunity to be in that place. That is the normal behavior. That should be the normal attitude. Hear her. She said, "Thank you, cariño. Love you too. And needed this specifically today."
See?
She said, "Know that you are loved as well. And I know that you've been having trouble being motivated as of late, but we all have those phases. So don't be hard on yourself. If you need my help with not staying there, let me know. Love you endlessly."
There you go. Yeah, keep the faith.
Shots, like for real, shots out to her. But this is what I'm saying, though. It doesn't always have to be big. And this should be the normal behavior as opposed to some of the stuff that you're going through. And the reason why you're going through what you're going through is because you're running on fumes.
So status quo now must be, we need to change. We need to change what status quo, like the perspective of status quo right now. Like we need to change the perspective of status quo because we have become so comfortable with low living. Yeah, I brought it in from the 1800s. That's how they used to write back in the 1800s. Low or base living, low mindedness, low living. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
To where it becomes exceptional when you open the door for faith.
Yeah.
It becomes exceptional when the first thing I do when I come in is go see Simone. No matter what else is going on in here, I'm going to see Simone. Yeah, I left her like a couple hours ago because I don't go out to work. So for those who don't know, like I work for me, right? Inside this box that I'm in right now.
Yep.
So if I go to the gym on a day she doesn't go to the gym, how long could I be in the gym? And I come back and guess who I'm looking for first?
That's right.
To the point where, no matter what, when I come out of this office, if Josiah's home, he tells me where Simone is. Why? Because the first thing I say is, "Where's my wife?" So he just reports as soon as he sees me. "Hey, Daddy.
Mommy's in the..."
That should be status quo.
Big up to Josiah for understanding the assignment.
You see, I mean, now I guess I've said it enough times. He's just like, first thing he's going to say after "what's up" is, "Where's my wife?" So, and look, we're in the same building, bro. It ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I need to see her eyes, bro.
Yeah.
I need to see Simone's eyes.
Yeah.
You see? So, for worse or better, we want better, man. Now it's a question. Like, it's better. Like, make a decision. What do you want?
And here's the funny thing. And I hate to have to keep going here, but I must, because if you get better and you're not prepared for it, it's going to be worse. Yeah, let me say it one more time because I feel I need to.
Can you say it the opposite way?
If you want better, right, and you're not prepared for it, you're going to end up getting worse.
So flip it for me. What if you are prepared for it?
Oh, then better it will be. If you're prepared for better, then you know how to cultivate, you know how to nurture it. Because better, how can I say this? Better is a living thing. Better is a living thing. Let me say that. And living things must be fed. If they are not fed, then they will die. When you are developed and you want better and you get better, you know exactly what to do to keep it living and thriving and growing.
I want us to be addicted to better.
I do. I am.
Yeah. I want us to be addicted to better and allergic to the mindset of the worst. Yes, worst happens in terms of events in our lives, right? External things.
Yeah.
Right? But in terms of our perspective, we need to become addicted and not settle for anything besides better. And it's like,
That's
y'all, you on some pie in the sky stuff. Brother, I grew up in an abusive household talking about pie in the sky, son. Like, please, miss me with that. I don't know what better looks like except inside my house, brother. I mean, now I'm blessed to peer in on Quest and Fade. I get it. But in terms of like model behavior, you know, I don't know. I see some people try to be the Bradys and the Huxtables, but I've been in the house for real, and it's like, oh, yeah, that was a veneer. So the better that I'm becoming accustomed to is in our own household.
That's it, David. That's it. You got to cultivate what you don't. If you don't see it and you want it, like, because we have an idea. Like, even if you read storybooks, like for real, art imitates life. I don't care what nobody say.
True.
Right? So that means they exist. I remember when we were little and we used to watch the Cosby Show, bruh. And I used to be like, this is dope, but.
And it was in Brooklyn. Like, what?
Of all places. That's what made it. And yo, I don't know about nobody else where you were watching from any other part of the country, but that's what made it so real for people from New York. Like, yo.
So the Huxtables live in a brownstone in Brooklyn. That looked like Bed-Stuy. I don't know if it was Bed-Stuy, but that's what it looked like. I'm like, that ain't the Bed-Stuy that Chris Rock and my uncle lived in.
Bruh,
I don't know. I don't know about no Huxtables.
But Bed-Stuy was just up the way from us, and we was in Flatbush, and I didn't know no part of Bed-Stuy that looked like that. You feel me? And so I'm saying that, like, even if you're watching that, you're like, wait a minute. This could actually happen. Because here's the funny thing.
Yes, sir.
I'm watching these kids do crazy stuff in New York now in the subway, like subway surfing. Now, you know, that's above they got it from the game. A lot of the stuff that you see them doing from a negative perspective, they got from this movie or they got from this thing and they created this challenge. If that be the case, why can't we get positive stuff from that stuff that we watching right there? Hence another reason why they changed the programming. But that's a whole nother time, whole nother conversation, right? But when I used to watch it, I used to be like, yo, they family is dope. But
it was real too. That was the weird part about it. Like they didn't whitewash it. Like they had stuff happen. Like things would happen in that family. Yep. That happened in people's families. It wasn't like they, you know what I'm saying? They like Ward, Leave It to Beaver. It wasn't a Leave It to Beaver family.
Nah.
Because I guess that felt real to some people, but yeah, Leave It to Beaver was not real to me.
They epitomized one of my mantras, right? It's not what comes at you, but how you handle what comes at you. I remember the time just off the top of my dome that Vanessa went to Baltimore and got their car stolen and all of that stuff. And she told her mama she was going to be in the city at some concert. She 4 hours away in Baltimore at some other concert. The house that she told her she was staying at with her friends, the next door neighbor caught a fire, right? The grandmother ends up popping up on the news and said, oh, they're away at a concert in, bruh, the tongue lashing that she got when she came back. If you remember the episode, it was epic. But to your point, David, it's not that they weren't going through stuff. It's how they handled the stuff that they were going through. So when I used to watch the show, I used to be like, okay, here's a good example.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want it, then you need to cultivate it in your own home. What does it take to get that? And just yesterday, I sent Faith the text. And like for real, try something. Don't just sit there and not do anything. And like for real, there's so many different ways, David, that we can come and create what we're looking for in terms of relationship. But I realize what it is, why we don't create it, is because you're not developed to that place yet. Do you know the kind of vulnerability? Do you understand the kind of maturity, right? Do you understand, like for real, the level of mindset that it takes to actually be that person that when, especially in the places of difficulty and challenge, when you know your spouse comes at you sideways, just like my boy did with his, I know I'm not your favorite person right now. Do you know, understand how mature you got to be to do that? And people want the better, but you're not developed for the better.
So we used a C word the other day called capacity.
Come on. Come on.
So sometimes people have either terminal thoughts or extreme thoughts, and they're like, well, how can you be that person? You know, that's so far away. And it's just like, no, remember, we spoke about capacity.
Yeah.
And capacity, if you think of it visually, you know, if you're going to the supermarket, you can go in a van, 15 passengers, or you can go on a bicycle. You can go in a van or you can go on a bicycle. Now, if you need a certain amount of groceries and you go on a bicycle, you're not going to get that. Not even in the creative Caribbean, not even the creative Philippines, where they be stacking 4 people on a bike and you can get all kind of stuff. I've seen people carrying
goat.
Brother, I saw, I sound like such a New Yorker. I seen, like, I don't know nothing about English grammar. But anyway, I saw a video, and I'm coming back. I'm not losing my point, where these guys were speaking Spanish. So I don't know which country it was, but they were definitely, they looked African, but they were speaking Spanish. So it's somewhere deep in one of the Latin or Central or South American countries. Brother, they were, you know what a taxi was like? A taxi, brother?
Mm-hmm.
They had a chair that they made on a strap from nature. The strap was on the dude's head and the chair was on his back, and they're carrying people on muddy, straight up and straight down paths.
Skills.
Muddy stones, brother. They had the capacity to move 100-pound, 150-pound people on their head and neck. Not me. I'm strong, brother. I promise you. I am. But strapping a chair to my head,
no sir,
that you can sit in a real chair on my back, barefoot, walking up and down on muddy stones.
No,
everybody, sir. If you even could get on the chair without breaking my neck, everybody's falling down the hill. Because I don't have the capacity for such a thing.
Yeah, no.
So the skill is not what I'm talking about in this relationship thing. I'm saying go to the relationship in a 15-passenger van, not on a bicycle.
Yeah.
And when the blessings come, you have the capacity. Why? Because you had at least enough sense to come into the situation with enough space to experience the growth.
It's funny, David, when you say it, immediately I hear the law of the lid, if you will, right? I learned it from John Maxwell, the law of the lid, which means that if your leadership is at a 7, then your company or your organization can only go to a 6. And in order for them to go higher than a 6, then the lid has to go up to an 8 or a 9 so that they can be a 7 or an 8. He also teaches that, like, for real, every leader should put the family first. And if you're a leader and you're married, then you already know if the family comes first, then what comes before the family is marriage, right? And I understand why now. When my man responded to his girl, like the normal, like arguments, like when, for real, most of us get into arguments, like, yeah, you're not thinking about calling like my man did his wife and was like, listen, I know I'm not your greatest. I know you're not a fan of me right now. And run it through. I'm only imagining, because I know them as a couple. She was probably overjoyed that he even did that and went and got her favorite dessert. And you know what I'm saying? There was a time where Faith and I, early in our marriage, when we would get into a disagreement or an argument where emotions are running high. And just a quick gem for those of you who understand, when you're in a disagreement or argument with your spouse and emotions are running high, reasoning is running really low, right? And we would, and she would do all of this and that, and I would raise my voice and she would raise her voice and my voice would go higher than hers. And it was funny because her voice can't go higher than mine. But then when I looked at from emotional and from a, just different perspectives, like, this is not productive. This doesn't produce anything. And I prayed about it and prayed about it. And God showed me some stuff about me, David. And then one day we got into a disagreement and I was talking to her the same way I'm talking to you right now. My voice didn't go above a 2-3. And she was still up there going on and on and on. And it happened for maybe 2 or 3 more times. And no matter how angry I got, no matter how frustrated I was, no matter how bad the situation was, I refused to lift my voice any higher because it's not productive. Would you know, after a while, she dropped her voice. Since that time, David, we never had a knockdown drag out. When I say a knockdown drag out, I'm talking about raising our voices at one another. We had a marriage mastermind meeting one night. Faith, the former Faith Bonilla, currently Faith Green, said, Faith Danette Green, let me say her whole government. Faith Danette Green said, one day he just stopped speaking he stopped raising his voice. No matter how angry he was, she said, I would see him put his hand over his face. No matter how angry he was, he would never raise his voice. And then I started realizing I'm the only fool out here looking crazy and raising my voice. So she was like, you know what I did? I dropped mine too. From that day forward, we never had another one.
All right. You know, when
can I say this? Which led me to the point where you see me doing what I'm doing right now. Because truth be told, she could have stayed in that place. But she said, no, he doing it and he growing. I'm going to grow too. And that's the reason why I said to her, like, y'all think it's just words I'm telling her. You're a dope mom, but you're even doper wife. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? And so some of you think that one day you're just going to send your wife a text and she or he, right, has to see the behavior, see what you say, and then your actions have to line up with it so that you can experience the fullness of better.
That's it. Now, I'll tell you this. You already know Quest because you know me better than most anybody who will ever come on this broadcast. Right? Know. So I don't lay down, brother.
I don't expect you to, bro.
I stand down, but I don't lay down.
Nah, that we ain't doing.
Because I'm a New Yorker, not because I'm naturally.
None of that. We ain't doing none of that.
Right? But guess what? I don't believe in arguing. I'm talking about me. I'm not studying the rest of y'all. If you into it and you say it's healthy and all of that, I'm not. I come from an abusive household, brother. I come from an abusive city and household.
Yep.
So it's the bricks. And I have stories.
We both do.
Right? So this is my thing. I said, you know what? I'm not saying, I don't know how the Lord put that in my mind. But I said, I refuse to have an argument because, okay, I don't even know if I should say this because it could get our channels shut down. Because I have an extreme view, Quest. I have an extreme view. I have an extreme view. I have the view, get along with a person or throw them over the banister.
Yeah.
And you could call it what y'all want to call it. I grew up in New York City during the time of mafiosi.
I was about to say, David is Tony Soprano.
Boy, I have stories. I just can't do it. I can't put them out here like this.
Yeah.
That nothing to do with my relationship, but what I've seen, brother, what I've seen with my eyes. So I'm like, since I'm not willing to throw my wife, what I just said, I'll leave it like that to keep the channels not to get locked down. Since I'm unwilling to do that, I choose get along. Does that mean bury your whatever challenge? No, it doesn't mean to bury your challenge. But I'm like, I'm looking at my real life wife now. Because of where I grew up, it's not an excuse. I may use words, and I don't mean bad words. I'm just saying like the way I speak. Like I just gave you like this extreme example. I may say something that she don't like, but there's no way I'm having an argument. And when I say that, I don't mean insulting. I don't mean it's just something that maybe Simone would interpret as like what I say to you, Quest. I'd be like, I could be like to you, I say jerk move to Quest. Like, that's obvious. She don't like the term "that's obvious." So you're like, really? That's all you talk? That's all you got? Yeah, really. I mean, stuff like that, like, that's obvious. That may trigger her. If that's what we got to deal with, then I'll take it. Like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because I do not believe in disrespecting Simone. I do not believe in disrespecting me. I do not believe in arguing, because to me, there's only one outcome to an argument. And I don't want that with my spouse, my wife, brother. I don't want that. I do not want whatever that outcome is, where you have to take back stuff you've said.
So,
and
bro,
you can't unhear the stuff that people say in arguments, bro.
Are you saying that when we do that, it's because you haven't set a standard for yourself? That's why you.
Yeah, you didn't make a decision. Because real talk, like, my brain ain't no stronger than nobody else's brain.
Bro,
I'm no holier than nobody else. But I just decided, I made a decision 20 some years ago. Me not in an argument. I'm not doing it, brother. And I'm not walking away. I'm not in a huff. I'm not being dismissive. Because, you know, people say them in an argument, and then they clam up and their teeth, they jaw tight, and then they go hide in the room. I ain't talking about that, bro. I'm talking about I'm still here. But I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm not sure what so annoying is. What's so annoying? Say it.
Simone is in the chat.
Yeah. But men ain't in an argument, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not about to do that, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's funny too, because I've set the standard myself for not raising my voice at you know what I'm saying? At Faith. Like, I could be like, Nico and Mason have a way sometimes. They'll just send me up the wall, and I might raise my voice, right? And Faith will walk into the room or whatever, and immediately I drop it to talk to her.
Oh yeah, I will blast on. I will blast. I have blasted on what's name?
Jay?
What's my son's name? I've blasted on him once or twice in my life. I promise you, I have.
That's a senior moment. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'll blast on them, but she'll walk into the room and what's wrong, and I'll drop my voice and say, he'd rather go on adventures and drive me crazy on speedboats.
Okay, let me just go ahead and give context to this.
Yes.
Would you read that, Quest, and then I'll.
Yes, he said he rather go in adventures and drive me crazy on speedboats in a foreign country to get me to shut up.
Okay, so we went.
My wife would say the something about jet skis. She'll say the same thing. I promise you.
No, but I did it on purpose, brother. Like, that's a jerk move. I did the jerk move. Let me tell you what I did. We're in Cozumel or somewhere in Mexico. And they said, you can't flip these boats. And I was like, oh, you can't flip these boats?
They don't know who they're dealing with. Jesus.
I was like, well, let's try it out. Like, I'm not trying to actually flip the boat, but I want to see, well, what can this thing do? And then I realized, I got this one thing, man.
I'm glad Faith ain't watching this right now.
Brother, I got this one thing. I despise backseat driving. I can't bother with the backseat. Why did you go this direction and not that? Because I have the steering wheel, bro. Like, that's why I went that way. Because I have the steering wheel. You know what? And when you have the steering wheel, you can go like this or you can go this way because you have the steering wheel. But I know where Simone come from. Her pops is the same way, brother. Like, he be on some, go this way, go that way. And I'm like, brother, take the steering wheel then. If you want to go that way, you can drive the vehicle that way. But since I'm driving the vehicle, that's what's in my brain. I don't say it that way. I don't say it. But, okay, she said, just say that then. Don't try to kill me. You're so melodramatic. Okay, so now that we have, like, how I feel, that's in my... And I have said that, by the way. Easy with the backseat driving. But anyway, so I said, okay, this is an opportunity. I'm driving this little speedboat, and there's a rope for the passenger to hold on to if in case it gets a little weird in the boat. So I'm gassing this. I'm giving it all the throttle it got, brother. And then I noticed that the water is coming. This is early in our marriage. No excuse, but I'm just saying. But the water's coming in. Whoosh. And I'm like, do you promise not to backseat drive? Whoosh. Yes. Whoosh. And the water's coming into her. I mean, it is my homegirl for 11 years before we got married, right? So I'm not trying this out on a new thing. She did not like it or appreciate it. You could see she complaining in the chat. But and then it was like another turn. Whoosh, do you promise not to backseat drive ever again? Whoosh, yes. Well, she broke the promise like forever. But she was like, just say that. Like, don't try to kill me. I didn't try to kill you. I was just riding in the thing. And I was like, well, this is an opportunity to to work out a small challenge that we're having. So
you hijacked the moment.
I hijacked the moment, brother. And I did say out loud, it's no joke. It's true. I did do it. I did it. I admit it. It was a long, long time ago. I did it. I did do it. So now, I should send a message. No, but that was so long ago. I don't need to apologize again. I mean, that was then. Yeah. Don't be bringing up old stuff.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But that's the thing, man. We should our relationships should be to such a standard that the for better part is status quo.
It's status quo.
Full stop. Don't be exceptional by saying, I apologize. Don't be exceptional by treating your spouse kindly. Like, don't be exceptional by fill in the blank, all this stuff. Like, be exceptional by, I don't even know. Like, don't be exceptional by not throwing your spouse away, by not choosing divorce. Like, that should not be exceptional behavior, brother. I don't like the fact that is exceptional behavior.
Yeah, I'm saying let it be as normal as sleep.
But Truman needs some sleep. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Status quo, man. I want the game to change to the degree that please and thank you are status quo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That expecting you to come home and not stay out late to get away from your spouse should be status quo.
Yep.
Rush, come home. That's status quo.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Evening walks, status quo.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's what I'm on. Maybe it's a little too complex a thought for some people. Like, you could have just said, well, maybe I could have just said, but we have become so accustomed to terrible stuff that this is a discussion. We've been sitting on this thing for 50 some minutes talking about the way things are supposed to be, brother. And it's not like it was extreme. We didn't even talk about extreme stuff yet.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the fact that I said this is extreme, but it shouldn't be extreme.
It's funny, David. It's a couple of people who are in the institution of marriage right now. You made a vow. You need to have some conversations if you're not experiencing what we're talking about. And if you're dating or in a courting situation and you're not experiencing this and you sense that my man or homegirl is not making any attempts at making any adjustments. Yo, I had an OG tell me one time, yo, my dude, when somebody paints you a picture and you don't like it, don't give them an opportunity to paint you another one.
That's right. I'll tell you another story. I got another story. It's a little more positive than the last one.
Yeah.
So we're in Spanish Town, right?
Mm.
And the vehicle door is open and the back thing to the back of the vehicle, way back, because we have an SUV, is open too. We're having a little snack because Fridays are weird. So before we go on the road, good. Man come and say he wants some money. Like, he's not robbing nobody. He's asking.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him my response. Clear, quiet and clear. Chill. Quiet, clear, and chill. Yeah. No is the answer. That's what it means, though, this time. And he come again. And I gave him the answer again. I'm chill, bro. Real calm. You see how my voice sounds soothing, like Candace Mackey's voice. Swagger Mom. Shout out to the Swagger Mom. Like, I have the male version.
That voice is soothing for real, though.
Of that voice. And I tell him again. He comes one more time. I tell him again. We good. But the brother decided that he was going to walk by me and moved towards Simone. Dun, dun, dun.
He gets the impression that she's either your girlfriend or your wife.
He gets the impression that he can approach the woman that's got her back turned,
But
going
that's what
into
I'm-
the vehicle that we both are at, after I told him kindly 3 times in a quiet voice.
Yeah.
Just,
No. That's cool.
but now you're approaching my queen, brother.
Because he didn't bypass you.
So yeah, it almost got really messy because for some reason my status quo is do not disrespect my wife.
Yep.
And do not come. Why would you walk behind a woman that's not somebody you're close to?
Absolutely.
And then you did it in front of me
Yep.
on top of that.
Yep.
So let me just say the quiet voice went away.
Yep.
And it almost got really, really messy instantaneously because some kind of way my brain doesn't know how to process somebody disrespecting Simone, bro.
Yep. Yep.
I can't process it. So I don't even attempt to. I act.
Mm-hmm.
That should be status quo. She has her back turned. She's bending down, going into the vehicle, looking for something down lower.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude gonna come scooch up and try to,
Yep.
oh yeah, this about to be real messy.
Yep. Yep.
Status quo, brother. I was good when you were talking to me. And even though I was tired of talking to you about the same thing. But I was not good when you approached Simone. Because I don't know what's about to happen next in your brain. Status quo.
And I'm not waiting to find out.
Oh no. Oh no. Not waiting to find out. So, yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm on.
Simone is funny. She said, "Thanks, gents. Gone to fix the food before I'm got drunk me again."
Yeah, she's being melodramatic. I don't
Hilarious.
ever.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's melodrama. But yeah, I am gonna be hungry. I am hungry, but no.
Yeah, I know it's about that time. But yeah, David. Status quo is the thing, and I'm telling married folk, like you know what I'm an advocate for. I'm an advocate for not only marriages growing but thriving, and thriving such till you get to the point of most fulfilling, most gratifying, most fulfilling. I mean, most gratifying, most fulfilling, most satisfying. That's what I'm trying to get to, right?
That's it.
And if I'm not getting there, and I'm in a dating or a courting situation, and I'll get to the marriage, then and you have no indications of making any adjustments. As a matter of fact, I don't even have time to waste. If we in this day and age, if you don't have it, you don't have it. And if you don't have it, I don't got time to waste. So, right? But if I'm married though, we need to have some conversations, because I'm not an advocate for divorce. God hates it, and so do I. Right? But if you have no intentions on making any decisions to make any adjustments so that we can move together, because I'm willing to make them. But if you're in a marriage where your partner isn't, I'll leave that right there.
Yeah. Well, I realize now it's later there. I forgot.
Yes.
It's later there. So I appreciate you making an adjustment, Quest, because
no worries, bro.
My clock and I think Candace's clock don't change, but yours did. So thank you for the time, man.
No worries, man. Y'all already know what it is. Let's get to phenomenal. Stay focused.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.